EOM Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello everyone, it's another beautiful day and thank you very much for joining us. You're watching the EOM Business Network, indeed the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Mawari. Today on the program, we shall be taking a look at the Nigerian economy from the viewpoint of industry operators. Also on the lineup is Let's Talk, and our focus is on BetKing Nigeria, one of the frontline sports betting and gaming platforms in the country. On Spot On, we shall bring you a relatively young, astute entrepreneur and industry captain, Ambassador Adekunle Adeyemo, who is the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of AAJ Group of Companies. And on the face-to-face is a certified finance expert and notable industry captain, Adebola Agumbiade, who is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Candor Crest Finance Limited, a member of Candor Crest Group of Company. It's a package you'll love to watch. Sit back as we bring you the details. Research reports have shown that any country that desires capacity and quality to enhance productivity for economic growth and development must give adequate attention to human capital. Femi Bejide is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Clan Africa.
We are actually a very big player with SMEs today, and we are very, we support a lot of micro, small and medium scale enterprises. One of the areas that we focus is getting them access to finance. We believe that, today about between 80 and 90% of the current employment in Nigeria is provided by SMEs. So if Nigeria is going to transition to the next phase of growth, right, a big contribution of our GDP will be provided by SMEs, right? So we are making access to finance in partnership with banks very, very easy. So the ability to profile SMEs very quickly, to know who can access what, is what our unique selling point is, right? So SMEs around major markets across Nigeria, we're working with them, to ensure that they can access finance to be able to expand their businesses, and it's been challenging, but it's definitely been rewarding, and it's a space that we want to focus a lot more on. So the typical customers that we have, and people are, we speak to a very, very wide demographic. In the rent space, I think typically upward mobile people are the ones that access our service. People understand how, even though they have the money to pay for their rent, but they just feel like, look, I could use money to do something else while I pay in installment and convenience. For example, some of the services around the rent that we also offer allow in-house cleaning. So once you take our rent, we can also send in people to come clean periodically. Some of those convenience related services, you don't have to do it yourself. So you just sign up on our platform. So young upward mobile people, and then family men too. Families also support families. So we have a very decent demographic, typically between 25 and between 22, 25 and maybe 55. The demographic of people that and both salary earners and self-employed individuals.
Dr. Ambassador Funke Kehinde is the founder, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Brilliant Concept Realtors Limited.
The first service we offer at Brilliant Concept Realtors is real estate market, which is we have properties that you can buy, land, houses. We also offer consultancy services because there are some people that want to buy and they are confused. So we have a talk with them, okay, based on your budget, based on your preference, we recommend this. And for now, consulting is free for now. As we go by, maybe start charging for now, it's free. We are also into construction. We have a arm of the company that is into building and construction. So we offer advice, and we also have a legal arm that offers legal advice. A lot of good response. Nobody wants to go into the market without any knowledge. Nobody wants to enter blindly, because as sweet as real estate is, if you're not careful, you can make some bad decisions. So you need someone to guide you. So yes, and nobody has ever said no to any free consulting. So yes, the person has been really good. we have a budget, we have a property for everything. No matter your budget, no matter your disposable income, no matter how much you earn, there's something for you. We have plots of land as well as 500,000, and even that 500,000 you can spread payments up to 6 up to 7. So whatever your budget, whatever your income, whatever your salary, call us. We have something for you. Well, I think like you've already noticed in a few minutes we spent together in passion. I have a passion. I'm excited about real estate. You cannot meet me, you cannot see me, and not know that this myself, she does what she does. So that has helped me, number one. Number two, I can say I've been able to build my clients' trust in me, and that has gone a long way. How did I build this trust? Consistency. I show up every day. I'm here every day. You're not seeing me selling real estate today. Next week I'm selling air or selling bad. No. Over time, I think I've learned and grown to trust me because you know that this woman is here. She has been here for a while. This is my 23rd year selling real estate, by the way. So they've seen that, oh, she's here for the long run. She has experience, she's capable. So yeah, that has helped me build my clients' trust.
This is Brilliant Concept Realtors. Oh yes, we are the biggest residential and commercial real estate sales company in Nigeria. We are driven by excellence, integrity, proactiveness, collaboration, agility, commitment, and more. Brilliant Concept Realtors Limited. Call us now. Gosi Ukanwoke, investor and industry captain, is the managing director of Kingmakers Nigeria Limited, promoters of Becking Nigeria.
I guess the first thing I would say is that we've seen growth in the last 5 years that we've been in the industry. There's fragmented data to really tell you where you specifically sit, but that's which we have access to has shown us that we are growing, and that can only happen if customers are engaging. And we've also seen that growth, even just in the way our customers are engaging with us. And we can also see the impact of different products that we launch out into the market, and what happens when we launch out those products into the market. You have one of the best virtual offerings in the market at the moment, and you can see it in the way customers engage in the use of the products. If you love sports, yeah, that's it. It's really for people who love sports. We want people who love sports to actually have another way to enjoy the entertainment of sports, just beyond like, oh, sports, yes, but the entertainment of sports, yes. So anyone who loves sports, we are absolutely looking for you, and please look out for us. It's two things. Oh, maybe I'll make it four. The first one is that, like I started off saying, there is a high level of sports on the continent, and that leads into the country. There's a high level of sports, and with love for sports comes sports betting, because people are looking for multiple ways to actually engage in the entertainment of sports. The second one is that there's also a growing youth population. Young people are into gaming. So gaming doesn't just only speak to sports betting. Gaming is mobile games, when people are playing even things as simple as a Candy Crush on their phone. Gaming goes by even with people playing video games on a TV, on a console. So gaming is something that goes quite closely with young people. So Africa has a huge young population. That also feeds into Nigeria. There's a huge young population in Nigeria. That's a huge driver. The next is internet penetration. More people are having access to the internet. With access to the internet comes access to more entertainment, whether it's on the TV, whether it's on your phone, whether you're streaming, there's more internet access. And finally, there's also lots of mobile penetration. So more people have smartphones, and with smartphones, people engage in more entertainment with more content, because at the end of the day, it's really a content thing. It's like you're watching sports, and with watching sports, Most people are doing that on their mobile phones now, whether they're watching highlights or something on YouTube. People are watching more sports on their phones. These trends are showing that it's going to continue to grow. More people will have phones, more people will have access to the internet, more people are going to watch sports. With that, naturally, the appendants to sports growing, sports betting, you see that happen. Staying true to our vision of being number one and consistently listening to the market and making sure our product is speaking to what people are looking for. Football is huge here. Continue to plug ourselves in football and ensure that with every event, with every game, we are having the best odds, the best offerings, the best cash outs for customers. Like this evening, we're hoping to have the best odds for customers in the market. And I think it also really speaks to the strength of our brand. People love our brand. People love our brand ambassador. JJ, who's a well-recognized football icon, a national icon in Nigeria, is our brand ambassador. People love that brand. People love our brand ambassador, and they engage with us, because of that as well. So, ensuring that we'll consistently provide this to our customers and give them this brand that they trust means that they can give us more opportunity to provide the services to them.
Winning feels good. Winning more feels better. So boost that feeling not once, but twice. Get daily boosted odds on your favorite games. Better odds mean better rewards. Plus our best ACCA bonus yet. The more you select, the bigger your payout. Because 2 boosts are better than 1. That boosted feeling? That's BetKing.
Ambassador Adekunle Adeyemo, a relatively young, astute entrepreneur and industry expert, is the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive of AAJ Group of Companies.
It started with the AAJ Express. That's the logistics aspect of our business. So it started in 2019. Started then as just a courier service, a local courier service company. So we're carrying out deliveries with our bike, within Lagos. But then we wanted more. And then, yes, we head into international logistics. That is the story how we started. 2019, started as a local courier company, running errands within Lagos, and then we took it out there. So 2020, during COVID era, that was when we started the international logistics fully. The vision for me, right, from onset is to identify lapses, right, in the industry and build something that solves that problem, that lapses, like lapses, I mean problems, and build something that, solve the problem entirely, and just make logistics seamless for every person. Both companies and individual, we want to make logistics seamless. The vision is to make AAJ Express a household name. Yeah, I want you to think of logistics and think of AAJ. We are the one that can do it best, and that has been the vision. And so to achieve that, of course, we have to put in so many things. We have to come up with so many innovative ideas on how to bring balance to the industry. Before we came into the business, we noticed the lapses, the problem. Nigeria, especially for Nigerians in diaspora, we see the problem they face. Right, people have a way of carrying out logistics like internationally from Nigeria to abroad. They have a way of doing it, and it's very, very tedious. It's very stressful. It's very, very restrictive. So, and it was at that point, we see how people have to go to airports, the cargo section of the airport. They go there to send, their packages to family abroad. They don't even know the agents they hand over their packages to, because there are plenty of agents, claiming to, be doing the business. So you don't even know, they don't have office. They are just roaming around, and they will approach you, collect your package. So, it's actually not safe for a lot of people. People have lost several, things valuable things, with that process. So, and even at that period, we know that there are players in the industry, like the big player in the industry, that offers doorstep delivery, but the problem is they are expensive, right? They are very expensive. They are not so affordable. So people would rather go to the airport cargo people, give them their package and trust them and hope that their package get delivered. Though it takes days, and the process is even very tedious, because even the people abroad, the family members or whoever they are sending to, will need to go to the airport to get the package cleared. You pay again, you have to drive all the way down, there are so many, so it's actually not convenient. So it's only very few people that could take up that stress they were doing, like deliveries abroad then. Like that, very few people that could take up that stress. Yeah, those are the people that still try to get stuff from Nigeria. So we noticed that had a problem, like we need to come in and solve. If we can solve that problem, then we'll be good. And yeah, so we came in and we solved the problem. So today, when people ship, the rates is affordable, almost similar to what they used to pay when they go to the airports back then. And the service they get is as quality as the ones they would receive from the so-called big players in the industry. So it is what it is now. You get your package delivered to your doorstep fast, and you can track. That's another thing. You can track. You can see at every point where your package is. So that is what we've done in the industry, and yeah. So today, that's what makes us. That is what makes us who we are, and the success we'll be enjoying. That is the basis. AAJ Group has AAJ Express. Under AAJ Group, there are subsidiaries. So there's the AAJ Express, which is the logistics. There's Shipper Nigeria Limited. Shipper is also the logistic arm of AAJ Group, but the difference between Shipper and AAJ Express is the tech innovation we've added into Shipper. So we identify, like I said, we keep, being flexible, identifying problems and solving the problem. So that is what we've been doing. So Shipper, we realize, yes, we have large customer base in AAJ Express, but we identify the kind of customers we have and realize, this industry is massive. We are not even tapping, like we've not even started scratching the surface of in this industry. So what do? Then we identify certain potential customers that could be using our services as well, but they are not yet using it. The current people that are using us are enjoying what we offer, but there are still people that we can reach out to that can still enjoy it too. They don't know we are here, or maybe they don't find it convenient, like leaving their house to go to our centers, drop off their packages. So we came up with Shipper to solve that problem. So that's what Shipper is about. So Shipper is tech innovation. You don't have to leave the comfort of your home. You get your package, booked on your app, mobile app. You get it booked and you get it picked up. Everything's solved. Just stay in your house, do your business, stay in your office, do your business, and we undo the logistics part for you seamlessly. And that is what Shipper is about. And then we have the media, AAJ Media. All right, so we have, like I said, AAJ Express Logistics, we have the Shipper Nigeria Limited, and we have AAJ Media. So AAJ Media is into is media and advertising, like the name implies. So it is media and advertising, and we have focused on out-of-home advertising.
AAJ Express. We are a world-class integrated company positioned to provide logistics services, general cargo handling, procurement services, and more. AAJ Express. Call us on our hotlines. Adebola Agumbiade, a certified finance expert and industry captain, is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Candor Crest Finance Limited, a member of Candor Crest Group.
When you are faced with challenges, you begin to think of growth. How do you resolve that challenges, and then growth comes in place. Now in 2019, I decided to leave where I was working. So when I was leaving, I looked at myself, you are earning something and you just want to leave and you want to go and start a new business all from the beginning. And if you want to set up a finance company, you need about 100 million to set it up, a finance company. And I looked at myself, I called my husband, how much can we just afford at this time? And we just looked at our purse. I said, like 20. You say, I say, 20 out of 100. That's just what? 20% of the 100. And when we looked at that, I said, how would we be able to pay my salary? As at that time, I had a car. They fueled my car. I had a driver. You know, you live, you are the MD now. They give you all those things. You are collecting good salary. And you want to go and set up 20 with 20. How do you sustain yourself? But the truth is that we just decided that it's time to move. Take a leap of faith. When we took that leap of faith, you know, and that's why I tell a lot of people, you know your plan, you know where you are going, you know, like before I left, I told my previous employer that I'm going to do similar thing. They are aware, but so I knew what I wanted. So the first thing that I did was to develop what we call, in a layman time, business plan, a comprehensive business plan, and then listed some of the people that I can meet to support me in this journey. After listing it, I met with some of them after I resigned. Some said, okay, yeah, because you have been in this business for long, you have enough experience to be able to do yours. So some said, okay, promising they will start, they give me funding at so place. And I looked at myself, am I just going to sit down until all the funds come in? No. So immediately I left my employment April 2019. We started Candor Crest Finance, May. We started with what we had, 20. So as we started, some people joined, some people just gave us deposit, as we call it. They didn't come as shareholders. Some gave us the deposit. I said, bring it. In fact, I even had to guarantee the person. Nigeria is challenging when you want to start, but you just have to push, make the bold step of starting something. And we started like that, like play, like that. At the end of the first year, I think we're on 700 million. We're almost 3 billion now. We started with the name Candor Crest Africa. So when we obtained our CBN license, and that's how Candor Crest Finance came into being. So that is the finance arm of the business. While the other ones, Candor Crest Africa will have the other businesses that we are running. That's how Candor Crest came into being. While we're setting up, we're looking for a name for the company. Now, there are some things that we have seen in the financial sector, because I've had opportunity of meeting so many clients, and you know, and some of the things that they don't like is the fact that sometimes financial institutions try to, you know, they are not, let me use the word, consistent with what is in their offer, the contract agreement. So, and one of the things that had helped me and had helped us so in the past is the fact that if you are a person, particularly in this kind of industry, a person of integrity, a person someone can have absolute trust in, and that way it will help a lot, particularly when you have a business. you'll be able to grow the business, right? And so I believe so much in integrity and believe so much in trust that whoever you are dealing with, you must deal with them openly. We decided that what kind of name can we give for the company, and that is why you see, when you see candor means integrity. When you see crest means peak. So the name came from integrity at its peak. So when you see our slogan, you see integrity at its peak. So what we are telling people is that when you are dealing with us, you are going, well, whatever we tell you is what you will get. When you give us your funds, you know that you trust us that these funds will definitely come back to you. And that's why that name came up. Now, you're saying, and then when I said, okay, how do we want to be regarded or known maybe in another year's time? Our vision. And that's why when you look at our vision, we said to be the most preferred and most trusted Pan-African financial services firm. What's the meaning of Pan-Africa? Not only in Nigeria, also in other African countries. We are not going to stay here in Nigeria alone, but we are going to go Africa. And by the grace of God, we are also going to go global. We know it takes time, but we are willing to go from the scratch up there.
If it is about loans, leases, funds management, and other finance support related solutions, then it must be Candor Crest Finance Limited. Candor Crest. Call us now.
I have to work with them for us to.
Basically, housing, where we sell housing out.
You started on a piece of paper.
And this is where we bring down the curtains on today's package of the EOM Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We hope it was worth your while. But just in case you missed out on any aspect of it, then you can come with us to any of our feedback portals, as you can see on the screen. Our deep gratitude to you, our sponsors, for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Oh yes, I remain Olorogo Elkanah Mowari. Please, let's do this again, same time, same channel next week. We'll see you then.